In this video, we're going to show you the perfect itinerary for the Amalfi Coast. One of the questions we get asked most is how to build the logistics to see Naples, Pompeii, Sorrento, Capri, and Positano all in one trip. To do this itinerary comfortably, we recommend at least 7 days. That's why we've prepared a super complete 7-day itinerary with the best of the region, detailed day by day. If you have less time, you could cut the Pompeii day or the Capri day, but it would be a shame. So let's get started. When is the best time to visit the Amalfi Coast? The best time by far is the shoulder season. We recommend May and June in the spring or September and October in the fall. In these months, the weather is perfect, warm enough to swim, the days are long, and the crowds are a bit smaller. We strongly recommend avoiding the months of July and August. This is the summer, the high season. The region gets unbearably crowded. The buses are full, the roads are gridlocked, and hotel prices triple. Winter, from November to March, is very quiet. Many hotels and restaurants close, the ferry service is suspended, and the weather is cold and rainy. So, how will our 7-day itinerary work? The idea is to split the trip into 3 bases to optimize your logistics and avoid hassles. We'll stay the first 2 nights in Naples to explore the city and Pompeii. Then, we'll take the ferry to Sorrento and stay 2 nights there, which is the perfect base for visiting Capri. And we'll finish the trip with 3 nights in the heart of the coast, in Positano or Amalfi, to explore the villages. Now, let's talk about transportation between cities. The best way to get to the region is to fly into Naples Airport, or take a high-speed train from Rome to Naples, which takes only 1 hour. From Naples to Sorrento, you have 2 options. The cheapest is the Circumvesuviana train. It costs less than €5 and takes an hour, but it's an old, crowded train with no air conditioning and notorious for pickpockets. The option we recommend is the ferry, which leaves from the port of Naples, costs about €15, takes 40 minutes, and the journey is beautiful. From Sorrento to Positano and Amalfi, the best way by far is the ferry. It costs about €20 to €25 each way. It's fast, you don't hit traffic, and the view of the coast from the sea is unforgettable. And what about a car? We do not recommend renting a car for this itinerary. The Amalfi Coast Road is one of the most dangerous and congested in the world. It's extremely narrow, full of sharp turns on cliffs, and buses scrape by. And the worst part, there is no parking. In Positano, parking in a paid lot can cost €8 to €10 per hour. It's stress that isn't worth it. Use the ferries and local buses. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. This itinerary has 3 base cities. In Naples, we recommend staying in the Chiaia neighborhood or near the Lungomare, the waterfront. It's a safer and more beautiful area than staying near the central station. In Sorrento, the ideal is to stay in the historic center, near Piazza Tasso. You'll do everything on foot, including walking to the port for the ferries. Sorrento is a much cheaper base than Positano and has great logistics. On the Amalfi Coast, you choose. Staying in Positano is the luxury experience, waking up to that postcard view. But be prepared for absurd prices and to climb hundreds of stairs every day. Staying in Amalfi is a more practical option. The town is flatter, has more restaurant options, and is the central hub for buses and ferries on the coast. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region in each of these cities. If you stay in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code, on the screen, and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer, in the same location, but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The good affordable hotels here sell out 6 to 8 months in advance. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper. Travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all attractions, good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account to carry money paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Now, let's get to the day-by-day plan. Starting in Naples. Day 1. Arrival in Naples and the perfect pizza. Arrive at Naples Airport, take a fixed-rate taxi, about €25, or the Alibus, to your hotel. Spend the afternoon exploring the chaotic and fascinating historic center of Naples, known as Spaccanapoli. Walk down the main street that cuts through the center, see the churches, and feel the city's energy. For dinner, let's start with the main attraction of Naples, pizza. This is where pizza was born. The most authentic and cheapest experience is at L'Antica Pizzeria da Michele. It's the pizzeria from the movie Eat, Pray, Love. They only serve 2 flavors, margarita or marinara. You'll pay about €5 for a whole pizza and probably wait in line, but it's worth it. Day 2. Pompeii and Archaeological Museum. Today is History Day. In the morning, go to Garibaldi Station and take the Circumvesuviana train towards Sorrento. The journey takes about 40 minutes, and the ticket costs less than €4. Get off at the Pompeii Scavi station. Buy your ticket for Pompeii, which costs €22. We recommend buying online in advance to avoid lines. Set aside at least 3 hours. Walking through Pompeii is surreal. You'll see the streets, houses, frescoes, and petrified bodies of the city that was buried by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. For lunch, grab something quick near the Pompeii station. In the afternoon, take the train back to Naples and go straight to the National Archaeological Museum. This museum is the perfect complement to Pompeii. Most of the original frescoes, mosaics, and statues found in Pompeii are here. The ticket costs about €18. Day 3. Travel to Sorrento and sunset. Today, we change bases. In the morning, go to the port of Naples, Molo Beverello, and take the ferry to Sorrento. The trip takes 45 minutes and costs about €15. It's a beautiful arrival. Check into your hotel in Sorrento and spend the afternoon exploring this charming town, which is much calmer than Naples. Walk through the historic center, see the limoncello and leather sandal shops. Head down to Marina Grande, the old fishing harbor. It's the perfect place for lunch. We recommend Trattoria da Emilia, a simple and delicious restaurant on the water, where you can eat fresh seafood spaghetti for about €18. In the late afternoon, go to the Villa Comunale Park for the classic sunset view over the sea, with Mount Vesuvius in the background. Day 4. Capri Island. Day trip. Today is for visiting the most famous island in the world. Wake up early and go to the port of Sorrento. Take the ferry to Capri. The trip takes 30 minutes and costs about €40 round trip. Buy in advance. Arriving at Marina Grande in Capri, the first thing to do is the boat tour around the island. It costs about €20 per person and lasts 1 hour. It's unmissable, as it's the only way to see the Faraglioni, those giant rock formations that are the symbol of the island. The Blue Grotto is the most famous attraction, but it's complicated. You have to take another boat, pay about €30, and often the wait is over an hour, all for a 5-minute visit. Think carefully if it's worth your time. After the boat tour, take the funicular, which costs €2, up to Capri Town and the Piazzetta. It's the world's most expensive square meter. For lunch, escape the Piazzetta. Walk the alleys and look for simpler restaurants. In the afternoon, take the local bus to Anna Capri, the higher, quieter part of the island. From there, take the Monte Solaro chairlift. It's a single-seat chairlift that takes you to the top of the island. The view from up there is breathtaking. It costs €14 round trip. In the late afternoon, take the ferry back to Sorrento. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive, and ferries to Capri and tickets for Pompeii can have huge lines. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Tickets for Pompeii, the boat tour around Capri, tours to the Blue Grotto, and most importantly, the ferry transfers between Sorrento, Positano, and Amalfi. All at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Day 5. Travel to Positano and Beach Day. Today, we move to the heart of the coast. Check out of Sorrento and go to the port. Take the ferry to Positano. The trip takes about 40 minutes and costs about €25. Arriving in Positano by sea is the highlight of the trip. Disembark at the pier and prepare for the challenge, carrying your luggage up the stairs to your hotel. Positano is a vertical town. There are almost no flat streets. Spend the day exploring the village. Walk down the narrow alleys full of linen and ceramic shops. The main beach is Spiaggia Grande. It's a pebble beach. Most of it is paid beach clubs. Renting a chair and umbrella in the front row can cost over €30 or €40 per person. There is a small free public area, the Spiaggia Libera, in one corner. For dinner, if you want a luxury experience, La Sponda at the Lu Sirenus Hotel is lit by hundreds of candles and costs over €300 per person. For an incredible view at a more accessible price, we recommend Il Tridente at Hotel Poseidon. Dinner there costs about €100 per person. Day 6. Amalfi and Ravello. Today, we'll explore the other 2 jewels of the coast. From Positano, take the ferry to Amalfi. The journey takes 25 minutes and costs about €10. Disembark in Amalfi, the town that names the coast. It's flatter and more historic. The main attraction is the Duomo di Sant'Andrea, the Cathedral of St. Andrew. Climb the imposing staircase and visit the cloister. The ticket costs €4. For lunch, Amalfi has cheaper options than Positano. For a quick and classic meal, go to Cuopo d'Amalfi. It's a small window that sells paper cones, or quappi, full of freshly fried seafood like squid and shrimp. It costs about €12. In the afternoon, take the local bus from the main square in Amalfi up to Ravello. The drive takes 25 minutes up the mountain. Ravello is the coast's tranquil refuge. In Ravello, walk to Villa Simbrone. You pay an €8 ticket to enter the gardens. Follow the signs to the Terrace of Infinity. It's a viewpoint with marble busts that offers the most beautiful view of the entire Amalfi Coast. It's breathtaking. In the late afternoon, take the bus back to Amalfi and the ferry back to Positano. Day 7. Morning in Positano and departure from Naples. Enjoy your last morning. Walk down to Fornillo Beach, which is a smaller, quieter beach than Spiaggia Grande. Now, the departure logistics. This is the most complicated day. You need to get back to Naples Airport. The most expensive and comfortable option is to hire a private transfer directly from your hotel in Positano to the airport. The drive takes 90 minutes and will cost at least €130. The cheapest option, but a real hassle, is to take the ferry from Positano to Sorrento. From Sorrento, take the Circumvesuviana train to Naples Central Station. And from the Naples station, take the Alibus to the airport. This can take over 3 hours and is very difficult to do with luggage. Choose the option that fits your budget, but plan for plenty of extra time. About travel insurance. Essential and mandatory to enter Europe. You need coverage of €30,000. Use the comparator in the link in the description to save money. Quick shopping tips. Hand-painted ceramics, especially in Vietri. Custom-made leather sandals in Capri or Positano. And the lemon liqueur, limoncello. Remember, tax-free on purchases over €70. Validate at the Naples airport. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Subscribe and like the video for more tips. And how much does it cost to eat on the Amalfi Coast? It's a very expensive region. A Big Mac combo in Sorrento costs €12. Water at a restaurant costs €6. Ask for a carafe d'eau, which is free tap water. A budget meal like the Cuopo is €12. A mid-range restaurant is €50 to €80 per person. A luxury dinner in Positano is over €200 per person. And the tip is not mandatory, but 10% is appreciated for good service. And what to do at night? In Positano, the plan is dinner with a view, and then music on the rocks, the club in a cave. In Sorrento, the night is about walking around Piazza Tasso and getting a gelato. In Amalfi, the night is quiet, focused on the Duomo Square restaurants. And if you're traveling with children, it's not the easiest destination. Positano is full of stairs, a nightmare for strollers. The beaches are pebbles. The best base with kids is Sorrento, which is flat and has more infrastructure. They will like Pompeii and the boat trip in Capri. And to combine your trip, this itinerary is already a combination. The gateway is Naples, and most people combine it with Rome. You can take a high-speed train from Rome to Naples in just 1 hour and 10 minutes. If you liked this detailed Amalfi Coast itinerary, like the video and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions in the comments. Thank you very much and have a great trip.